Hi, Nick Chambers again. It's been a long time since I posted on YouTube. In fact, it's been a long time since I really sat down and looked at my parenting and tried to strip it all back to the basic principles that are universal across the board, that are, in truth, the basic building blocks in creating a good relationship with my kids, and helping them to be the best that they can be, or give them the best chance possible, because no one's perfect, but looking at the principles to kind of guide the process for me. So that being said, all goes back to the first principle that I ever learned, and that was empathy for our kids. So I've been looking a bit more in terms of, instead of just reading parenting books and trying to pick out the key principles from those resources, I'm now just going back to what I discovered first of all, and try to spend more time on each of those principles. So the first one being empathy. And interesting that what I've learnt in just the few days that I've been kind of picking at it, only an hour or so here and there, but looking at the idea that, empathy is about understanding the other person's perspective and understanding their feelings. And that when it comes to showing empathy and expressing empathy for our children, especially when they're experiencing those negative feelings like frustration and anger and disappointment, sadness, guilt, shame, embarrassment, all of those things, when they're expressing those feelings, it's often an anxious time for us parents, and it's often hard for us to deal with those sorts of feelings that they're expressing. And I've particularly found it difficult with our eldest, who's learning piano, when they get so worked up and so angry and frustrated because they keep making mistakes. But I get to the point where I'm like, just stop playing, just walk away, and I turn the piano off. I make them walk away and sit down and say, look, you're building a bridge in your brain. This isn't going to happen straight away. And I can see you're frustrated and you're angry, but you've got to calm down. You can't go back. You're not going to go back to the piano until you calm down, basically. Like, in my head, I think I'm being empathetic or empathic by saying, I can see you're frustrated, but then I'm giving solutions, and I'm giving, prescribing what he needs to do. When in reality, what I've learned so far is that the best thing that I can do for my child then is to step back from my own feelings and say, you are so upset right now, or you are so angry that you keep making mistakes, or you're so frustrated with your practice right now. And that's all I need to say. I don't need to solve the problem. I don't need to come up with any solutions. I don't need to suggest anything to them. All I need to do is just acknowledge their emotions with feeling myself, just try to reflect those feelings that they're expressing, and show them that I'm present and that I'm aware of what they're feeling, and that those feelings are okay. They're okay with those feelings. So I feel guilty for the way that I've been responding to my son, and the way that he's reacted to practicing, and just feel like I want to, well, that's something that I need to improve on. So I wanted to share that with you, and in the hope that it kind of helps you to identify maybe opportunities where you could express empathy more deeply. Like, I've identified an opportunity where I could express empathy more deeply, and hopefully build a connection with our kids that is the foundation to a good relationship as they grow older. I'll see you in the next video.